Hey, how's it going, you guys? This is Spider64 back here once again with another episode review. And of course, here today, We're here to talk about more about the Book of Boba, and we had yet another banger of an episode, my guys. And yeah, just this show. It's really it's just barely getting good. It's really getting good, and I'm just gonna here just to tell you what I thought about all the episode and general and whatnot, sort of have you. So with that being said in mind, let's get into this episode. So to briefly go over the plot of this episode, and by the way, there are spoilers. So if you haven't watched this episode, then you might want to click away. All right, so just briefly, just going over the whole sequences of events that happened in this episode. So Fennec brings the assassin to Boba, and they find out that this assassin is part of the Night of the Wind Night of the no Night Wind. They're part of a Night Wind. They're part of this organization called the Night Wind. They get some information out of him by putting him into the Rancor pit, where the Rancor used to be, but the Rancor is, of course, not there anymore. We all know what happened to it, if you know your Star Wars. But basically, they go back to Mos Espa, which, if I didn't say this before, and I think I'm just going to say this now, and this is something I just found out, but Mos Espa, that is the same place that Qui-Gon Jinn found Anakin Skywalker all the way back in The Phantom Menace. So that's pretty cool information right there. And what happens is that throughout this first half of the episode, because the first half it deals with some stuff in the present, while the rest of the episode is just a flashback. And that's something I'll probably also talk about too, is also that the fact that this show also does seem like it's weird, because this show feels like two different shows. We have one show that's focusing on this main plot, which is about Boba trying to make his name and trying to be the crime lord on Tatooine. But of course, there's people in his way that are trying to say that, nah, bro, you're just a common bounty hunter. You don't deserve the respect. But basically, though, the mayor of Mos Espa tells some good advice to Boba that, hey, running a crime business, hey, it's more serious. It's more than just bounty hunting and all that sort of stuff. And that certainly is something that Boba is trying to, of course, learn throughout this show, and how even in the flashbacks, he's also been learning to be also a great leader, and he learned that, of course, from the Tusken Raiders. And a few big surprises throughout this episode is a few things. Of course, number one, the Hutts have taken over Tatooine once again. We have the two twins. The two twins are Jabba's cousins. And yeah, so there's going to be some really interesting conflict. And they also have a bounty hunter, or they also have their own bounty hunter as well, to act as sort of their muscle. And it's also, goddamn, I keep forgetting the character's name, but basically, the character that they brought in, or the surprise reveal, is basically this character, this Wookiee bounty hunter, bounty hunter, who actually first appeared in the canon Star Wars Darth Vader comics, where actually he and Boba had some really they both of them have some history between one another. And this guy, and this Wookiee, he's got black fur. He's he's heavily armed, and the guy looks really cool. He looks really cool, and damn, really cool. He really looks cool, and we know there's gonna be a fight scene between him and Boba. They're gonna take it on 101 and all that sort of stuff, which that's gonna be pretty freaking cool. But going from there, the rest of the whole episode, which, by the way, it's 51 minutes long, the whole rest of the episode is basically Boba, his final trials on Tatooine, with the Tusken Raider tribe that he's with. So basically, what happens is that he helps out the Tusken Raiders take out this train, which is also being run by the Pike Syndicate, who also appeared in the Clone Wars as well. And there's also the scene where Boba Fett actually goes to Tashi Station, which was mentioned by Luke in, of course, A New Hope. And we also have two characters who were cut from the original Star Wars movie. Basically, their names are Cammy, and Fixer. Those two were close friends to Luke. The same thing with Biggs as well. You know, one of the pilots that unfortunately got killed in the Battle of Yavin. And so, yeah, and that was really cool to see. And, you know, it's really cool to see Boba, you know, kicking ass and all that, you know, sort of stuff. And hell, it was really cool, that whole train fight also, too, as well. You know, and hey, you know, we got Pike Syndicate in this as well. So that's another pretty cool thing. Kind of makes you think: are we gonna see some Crimson Dawn in this series? Which a lot of people are saying that Kira, who is Emilia Clarke's character from Solo, a lot of people are thinking that she's gonna show up in this series. Which I would like to see that. Honestly, I would honestly really like to see that. But basically, going from there, the rest of the end of the episode, basically what happens is, so Boba is basically on a drug trip. He's on a drug trip, goes to this tree, and he's being shown flashbacks of him in his original suit, and also flashbacks of scenes on Kamino, which hey, that's pretty cool to see. You know, we see the Slave One departing Kamino, and young Boba's looking on and all that sort of stuff. We also see some more scenes of him and the Sarlacc pit. You know, he comes back to the Tusken Raiders. He dons his black robes that we see in Mandalorian Season 2, and he makes his own gaffy stick, and there's a little dance, and then the episode basically ends right there. And damn, I'm really telling you guys, this show's really engaging, and I'm really engaged. I'm really more engaged into the flashbacks just because it's like, as I said before, this really does feel like two shows, and almost in a weird sort of way. This is an interesting comment that someone made online. I don't know who it was, but it almost feels like that for the flashback scenes. You know the flashback scenes, or the scenes where, you know, Boba's in the back to tank. Those scenes really do feel like that maybe they were supposed to be a part of like a Boba Fett movie that we were supposed to get a long time ago, because of course, you know, now of course the Boba Fett movie never happened, and it just got turned into a TV show. But it makes you just kind of wonder that, damn, this is kind of what we could have seen in that movie, you know, Boba and his adventure, trying to find him, you know, self, and trying to be his own man. And that's and Star Wars Explained also said something very interesting about this episode, is that Boba has finally found a piece of him. You know, he found a piece of him that's unique from Jango. You know, and of course Boba, he's not Jango Fett. You know, he's his own guy. You know, that's the same story that's like with the other clones. Of course, you know, if you watch the Clone Wars, you know the story of Rex, Fives, Echo. You know, all these clones. And of course, you know, Boba, you know, the popular, an unaltered clone of Jango, he's pretty much taken on his own identity. And damn, I really love this show, man. I really do. I'm really liking it so far. And damn, I did not want the episode to end. I really wanted to keep it going, okay? But yeah, but that's all we have for this week. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you even watched it, thank you very much. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video, which should be cool.